think of logically or anything. The amount of memory required to run the program? Exactly. Yes. Not compile. Okay. Compilation is not at all worried. We don't worry about compile time at all anytime. Okay. Clear everyone? Compilation is fixed. We cannot change the state time of compilation or space of compilation. And time only we have to write the logic. We should think of what time it is using and all. Okay. Compilation, we cannot do anything. Whatever the program we write, it compiles at the same time. Okay. Cool. The answer is running. Next. Try this one. Read it carefully and try. Okay, what happened? Only 2 or 3 responses. Others got the answer or not? So what you have to think of? The memory space needed by an algorithm has fixed part, independent of the program instance, and a variable part, which changes according to the program instance solved. In general, which of these two is the prime concern for the algorithm designer? So should we think of the fixed part anytime? Fixed part is always fixed, right? Can we do anything for that? We can modify it or we can make it efficient or anything like that? No. So only thing we can make efficient or we can make better is variable part. So we have to think of the variable part alone. So answer is option 2. Okay. We don't need to worry about option fixed part at all. Fixed part is something which we will write for any program, like accepting input. Can we do anything in accepting input or declaring variables, anything like that? No, right? We'll think of the logical part only, the variable part only will think. Okay. Simple example, fixed part means I can consider that accepting inputs and all. Variable part means generating the output. Do we need to think about the fixed part accepting inputs? No, that's fixed anyways. So that we won't think of that. We will think only the running part. That is nothing but variable part. Okay. So answer is variable part. Going for the next one. Please try this. What happened? Only 2 responses. What about others? Only 2 or 3 responses I got. Others, what happened? Heavy lunch or what? Or didn't finish lunch yet? What's the answer, boys and girls? Others also, please try to respond. The answer is what? Option 4. Okay. So now people are responding. Others also, please be interactive. So while calculating the time complexity of an algorithm, the designer concerns himself or herself primarily with runtime and not the compile time. Why do we need to worry about runtime only? Very simple thing, because we do compilation only once, but run multiple times for multiple inputs. Right? Very simple thing. We compile the program once. Once the compilation is successful, by giving different inputs, we'll try for running for multiple times. So we think of the logic in terms of runtime, not in terms of compile time. So it is always about number of compilation is only one, but running is multiple times. So simple way, very simple thing, theoretical answer, very easy one. Answer is option 4. Okay, whatever you got is correct. Absolutely correct. Going for the next one. Try this, everyone. See this carefully. I'll show the next slide. Once just look at the screen carefully. I'll show the next slide. I hope you have read clear. Can I show the next slide? We have one expression. Pankaj is writing one code and Maithili is writing another code. So Pankaj has written something like print a minus b, c by a minus b, then a minus b into a minus b. Like that he has written. So it is actually a minus b power 2. What is something which is visible here is a minus b power 2. Okay, I think it's not properly written, but it's power. Now, what is Maithili writing? B is equal to a minus b, and she is writing something like this. Let's see that. In the place of a minus b, she has replaced that with b. So that in that case, what will be the output? Let's see that. Not output actually. What is the best code in terms of space? Which one is best in terms of speed? What the answer, anyone? Oh, 1, 4, 2, multiple answers here. Okay. So first tell me, which one uses less memory? Code A or code B? Which uses less memory? In terms of memory, which one is uses less memory? Here in the code B, which Mikely wrote, we are using one extra variable called the B. That means code B uses more memory. That means what? Code A uses less memory. That means what? Either option 1 or 2 can be the answer. 3 and 4 will never be the answer. Am I right? Question else. Yes or no? Code A uses less memory. That means either option 1 or 2 should be the answer. Okay. Then what? Code A is lesser memory and is slower than code B or faster than code B? Code A is slower or faster? It is slower because we have to calculate A minus B, A minus B every time. But in case of code B, calculate A minus B only once, we directly replace that with directly. So code A is slower and less memory. Okay. Because one less variable and every time we are calculating A minus B. That's it. Okay. Got it, everyone? I hope you understood that. Any doubts, anyone? Question else? Is it clear? I hope it's clear. Considering yes, going for the next one. Try this, everyone. Think about it carefully. We have to add only the diagonals here. Is it necessary to write n square? square diagonal matrices, how much time complexity we need? What are the indexes of diagonals? Sorry, first, diagonal means square diagonal means you have to consider only one, right? What is the indexes set for diagonal? Primary diagonal we have to consider. What are the indexes of the primary diagonal? Think of that carefully. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so on. Am I right? So it's always index is same, right? I is same as j always, right? So do I need to write two loops for that? Is it necessary to write two loops? Just think properly and think and answer it again. One for loop is enough, right? To access if the indexes are same, we don't need two for loops, right? We can write single for loop. Then do we need n square complexity? No, right? We can directly go with n complexity. That means we have to traverse the array only 1 to n times. Yes or no? Those elements only will add. Understood that? I think few people understood, but few didn't. No, it's square diagonal. Square diagonals only element only on the diagonal. One diagonal means what? Only one diagonal we have to consider. No? Even if I take second diagonal also, I can form an expression for second diagonal. See, without using another second variable, we can form, without using j, we can form condition or expression for second diagonal also. Okay, if you want, I'll tell you. Just see here. No notepad open. Okay, just see here. I'll tell you. Two square diagonals. Yeah, two square diagonals. I'm adding the elements only at the diagonals. I have to add the elements at the diagonals. How do I add it? All the sum I have to find. Just see that. I'll tell you. Where is that? Okay, here. Okay, just see here. What, for example, if I take 2 by 2 matrix, what is the indexes? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, then 1, 1, then 2, 0. I think if you won't understand with 2 by 2, let me take 2 by 3 by 3, 2, 0, sorry, 1, 0, 1, 1, sorry, 1, 0, 1 second, my mistake, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Am I right? Now the indexes are correct. Next, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Then 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. I hope I'm right. Okay. Now see, now I'll write the for loop like this. Just see here. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. For I equal to 0, I less than n is nothing but size of the array, I plus plus. Okay. Now I'll write the third matrix, ARR 3. Or actually speaking, I need to add the sums. That's it, right? Result equals to maybe something like that. Or ARR of IJ. Instead of IJ, I'll write II. Because I and J are same, right? That means what? 0, 0, it will consider. C equals to A1 of II plus A2 of II. This will add the primary diagonal. Yes. Maybe I can add secondary diagonal also. How can I add? Tell me. What is the index of, what are the indexes of secondary diagonal? 0, 2. When I is 0, J is 2. So I'll write like ARR of I. I is fine. And what about J? It is actually speaking, it is nothing but very simple. N minus I minus 1, something like that. What is N? Size of the array, which is nothing but 3. 3 minus 0 is 0. 3 minus, sorry, 3 minus 0 is 1. 3 minus, 3 minus 0 is 3. Again, 3 minus 1 is 2. So when I is 0, the second index will become 2. Understood what I'm saying? Just here, I is 0. N is what? 3. Minus I is what? 0. Minus 1. What is it? 2. Got 2? Plus, when I is 1, what will it be? I is 1. What will be this one? 3 minus 1 minus 1. 3 minus 1 minus 1. What is it? 1. That's all right. 1, 1. It's adding. You will get same way when I is 2. What will I get? When I is 2, n minus 3 minus I is 2 minus 1. What is 3 minus 2 minus 1? 0. Right? Why do you want to compile it here? You are able to understand that expression, right? It's all about that expression what we are writing. That's it. I hope it's visible what I wrote. Is it visible or not? What I am whatever I typed. Not. Did you understood how I got the indexes? Materials. See, I can get both index of first diagonal and secondary diagonal using these elements, using these two variables. N is the size of the array minus I minus 1. So anywhere am I using secondary variable? Am I using J anywhere? No. That means how many times am I running loop? 3n times. So what is the complexity I have to write the program with? Theta of n. Okay, big O of n or theta of n. Understood? I hope everyone. Simple one, nothing big deal. Consider it's theta of n. Okay, clear? I hope. Going for the next one. Next, just see this. I think. Okay, upper triangular matrix. Please try this. Check how many total additions will be there. This program has. Simple question only. Please try it carefully. You will get it easily. Question 255. Everyone got it? It's a very simple question. It's not a difficult thing. Here you need to think how to save time actually. So what is upper triangular matrix? And including diagonal they are telling. So for example, if I take 3 by 3 matrix, what is upper triangular matrix? It's like this. If the 3 by 3 matrix will be like this. Okay. Like this will have a 3 by 3 matrix. Now in this upper triangular matrix means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 elements. Do you agree? Including the diagonal means. Yes or no? Is that what I can consider? Yes, personals. Okay. So now in the same way, what is it? It is like 3 plus just 3 additions. Then here 2 additions. Then here 1 addition. So 3 plus 2 plus 1. It is like sum of 3 natural numbers. Do you agree? Personals. Understood that? If it is 3 by 3, I need to add 3 additions, 3 number of additions, then 2 additions, and 1 addition. So it is 3 by, for 3 by 3, we have to do sum of 3 natural numbers. 10 by 10, what I have to do? Sum of 10 natural numbers. What is sum of 10 natural numbers? 10 into 10 plus 1 by 2, which is nothing but 55. Understood that? Need not do it, don't write everything and then calculate how many are there. We can simply understand that it is n into sum of n natural numbers, number of additions. I hope everyone understood that. Person else understood or not? For 3 by 3, first line 3 additions, second line 2 additions, last one 1 addition. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 additions. For 10 by 10, it will be what? 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 additions. Sum of 10 natural numbers. Okay, cool, super. Going for the next one. Sorry. It's saying two upper triangular We are adding only 1. How many additions are happening? That's all right. See, this element will get added with the other element of second matrix 1. This element will get added with the other elements 1. That's all. This element will get added with the other elements 1. How many additions? 3 additions. If I talk about 1, automatically I am talking about the second one also. Understood that? Simple logic. Got it. Okay, cool. Super. Cool. See the next one. Just see this, everyone. Once again. Okay. There is some mistake in the question. I'll correct it. Just see it till here. Actually, there is some mistakes in the question. Ignore this question. We have a correct question later on. I'll show you that time. Okay. There are some mistakes in the question. I'll show you that later. That question alone. Just a second. We have that question again. I'll show you at that time. Okay. See this, everyone. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Just wait. Okay. See this. Try from here. Please try this question, everyone. Easy questions only. You can do it easily. Let's try. Cool. Super. Everyone got the answer. So it is actually sum of factorials. Factorial program with recursion. We know it very clearly. What is n factorial? N into n minus 1 factorial. Right. So that only we are writing. Return n into factorial of n minus 1. I hope everyone got option 4 only. Super. Cool. Yes. Answer is option 4. Perfect. Going for the next one. Nothing big. I hope everyone knows this factorial program. If anyone doesn't know, it's very simple. If I ask what is 5 factorial, what can I tell? 5 into 4 factorial. 4 factorial can be written as what? 5 minus 1 factorial. Right? 5 minus 1 factorial. It is like n into factorial of n minus 1. That's it. That only we are writing it as an expression. Okay? Like that. Yeah. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Instead of that, can I write 5 into 4 factorial? Obviously, right? I can write it, which is nothing but 5 into n minus 1 factorials. Okay. That only we are calling through recursion. Got it? Cool. Try this, everyone. Got it, everyone? So everyone says answer is option 1. So what we have to do, Tanuju writes a function to take its input n and calculate sum of first n natural numbers. When will I return 1? Here, if condition, if question mark, return 1. When will I return 1? How many numbers if I add, it is 1? Only 1 if I add. Sum of 1 natural numbers is 1. So I'll write if n equals to 1, return 1. If not, return n sum of n minus 1. Simple. Okay? Option 1. Perfect. Cool. Going for the next one. See this question. I'll show you the next part. There is some more question. I think there is some more part. I'll show you that. Okay, I hope you have read that. First even natural numbers we are calculating. Sum of first even natural numbers. This is what written. Just see that. If I call the function with sum of 30, how many times the function will be called? How many times? Number of times it is called for 30. If 30 is the input, how many times we called is what you have to think. No need to do it with 30, do it with a smaller number and try to formulate it. If you take 10, what is happening? Just try, then you can result, can do it for 30 also. You can easily directly tell the answer. Don't write 30, 29, 30, 28, and so on. Not necessary to do that much. Okay, I hope everyone got the answer. The number of additions are 14 or 15. Number of function calls. How many times the function sum will be called to compute sum? First, we are calling sum of 30. Right? That also we have to count. 30 will be called. Then what? 28. Then what? 26. Like this, you have to keep counting. Till where? At what time we are returning the value? We are returning the value at, I think we are returning it. Sorry, it doesn't go back. Okay. So we are returning at 2. When n equals to 2, we are returning. Okay. For easy understanding, I'll try to do it with 10 maximum. So 10 if I do, what is happening? 10 will call with 8. 8 will call with 6. 6 will call with 4. 4 will be called with 2. For 2, it will return. For 10, how many times you are getting? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. 5 times you are calling for 10. If 10 is input, you are calling for 5 times. If 20 is input, how many times you call? 10 times. Right. If 20 is input, we'll call 10 times. If 30 input, how many times we'll call? 15 times. Simple, right? Every time it is reduced by 2. Simple way. Can be easily understood. Okay. Answer is 15. What you said is absolutely correct. If I don't count a function of 30, then what you said 14 is correct. But here we are calling sum of 30 also, right? That is also one function call. Okay. That's why it is 15. Cool. Going for the next one. Try this. See this, everyone. I'll show the next. But till then, see here. See till here. I hope you have seen the code. Can I go for the next slide? If n equals to 5, we are returning 5. If not, n plus calculate of n minus 5, we are calling. So if I calculate the function with 20, what value will it return? If the function is called with 20, what is it returning? What is it returning? How to calculate it? Please try. If the input is 20, what will be the output? Super. Looks like everyone got it. 50. Super. So first we are calling the function with 20. 20 equals to 5 is false. So it will again call the function with 20 plus calculate of 15, C of 15, right? So what will 15 do? 15 will again call the function with 15 plus C of 10. Now 10 will again call the function with 10 plus C of 5. For 5, what will happen? 5 will return 5. That means this is 5. 10 plus 5 is 15. Will return 15 here. 15 plus 15 is 30. Will return 30 here. 30 plus 20 is what? 50. Perfect. What you have said is absolutely correct. Easy one, I guess. Not a difficult one. Very easy one. I hope everyone understood. Going for the next one. 50 is the answer. What you got is absolutely correct. See this one. I remember yesterday someone asked me compile time, runtime errors. What are these? Something like that question. Let's see this. What happened? Multiple answers here, 2 and 1. Why? Check carefully. People who said different answers I'm getting. I don't think it's that difficult. It's an easy one. Okay, Ravi is writing a program in C++. C++ uses for keyword for loop. Due to distraction, Ravi writes GOR instead of for. So what is that? What is that? When will the spelling mistakes detected? During the stage of compilation itself. In the stage of compilation itself, it will be detected. It will show the compile time error. Is the compilation successful here? No, right? If it is error is detected, compilation is not successful. So even compilation is also not done. The code will not compile at all. Code may work for some inputs. How will it work? It won't work, right? See, if I instead of for, if I write GOR, how will it work? It is compile time error, right? It is a syntax error. In the syntax checking itself, it will be error. Syntax checking, when will it be done? During the compile time. So before even compilation is not successful. Compilation is incomplete. Okay. If no errors, if no syntax errors, compilation will be successful. That successfully compiled code will enter into running state, then it will generate the output. There is no compilation at all, then how will it generate an output? How will it work for some cases? It will never work. Understood that? The code is not compiled at all. Okay, it's not successful compilation. I hope understood everyone. Even without successful compilation, program is terminated because of the syntax error. Okay, going for the next one. I hope you got it. See this, everyone. We have to say a generalized answer. What does the compiler do? Compiler converts the programming language into low-level language. It's not any specific. We have to tell a generalized answer. It is nothing but compiler converts the code into high level to low level. Low level means what? It can be any level, maybe assembly level or maybe machine code or whatever it may be. Can be anything. In C language, it is machine level. Low level means then that will be converted to assembly code. Sorry, not assembly code. That will be converted to machine code. But in other languages, direct conversion will be done into assembly machine code. So it's not a generalized answer. If you have to generalize, I have to tell that machine code high level language will be converted to low level language. That's it. Okay, generalized answer. Cool. See the next one. These are theory questions. Some 5 to 6 theory questions are there. Try to answer them quickly. For this kind of questions only, we have to save our time. Okay, so this one, what's the answer? I got multiple. I think I got different answers. Where are the answers? Option four, you said. The language of the program. Okay. So the program is compiled and by Tarun on his machine. Whether it will run on different computer will depend on. Okay, language dependency you are telling. Okay, can be considered. But there are programming. Okay. A program is composed by Tarun on machine. Whether it will run on a different computer will depend upon. Does it only depend on language? Is it always like that? If the language is same, can we run it? See, if I take two systems, I am running C program here, I am running C program there. Will it run for sure? If the it won't depend on anything else. Okay, I have a Java program. I have written in one computer and I'll give it to another person. Will it run for sure? If Java is people say platform dependent, but still somehow the other way, if it has JDK, yes, it will run. But still, again, JDK is again dependent, right? Indirectly, JDK is also dependent, right? Here they are not asking programming language is compiler dependent or independent or anything like that. They're talking about running environment. It should have a JDK. It depends on the software architecture as well as hardware configuration also, right? See, first thing, if I have to answer a generalized answer, it depends on multiple things. It depends on OS. In terms of C language, it depends on OS. In terms of other languages, it depends on the hardware. Because we cannot install softwares of JDK or JVM, JDK or Python or anything in all the hardware systems, right? It depends on the hardware configuration. In the recent times, maybe you haven't seen anything like that. But earlier, we cannot install Java in all the systems. In the systems from Pentium processor or something like that, only we can install. So it's not possible to run every program everywhere. It depends on both software as well as hardware, operating system as well as hardware configuration also. Okay, remember this. It's not only language, even if the language is same between two computers, still we cannot assure that it will run. Okay. No language, we cannot assure that. If they are asking about platform dependency, platform independency, generally in simple words, then we can tell Java is platform independent or Python is platform independent, something like that. But here the concept is different. Okay. Cool. Next, see this one, everyone. Sakshi writes a code in a high-level language on a Pentium 3 machine, which she wants to execute on a Motorola chip. What of the following will she run on the code? So one processor is there, another processor is there. She wants to compile in another system. Is it possible generally? No. How do we do it? We do it through cross compilers. Okay, remember this. It's a theoretical question. We run one program in another language in another systems through cross compilers if we have any. In the recent times, we are not having any cross compilers, but earlier we used to have cross compilers. Okay, got it? Cool. I mean, in a way, we can tell JVM is also a cross compiler. JDK is a cross compiler we have to consider. Okay, because in different systems, we can install the same architecture, we can create it. It's a cross compiler, can run on any operating system. Right? Those are called as another word can be called is nothing but cross compilers. Understood, everyone? A lot of theory questions. Need to remember these things, else. Hope you can remember. If not, just make a note or take a screenshot or something like that. Okay. Previous question answer I told no, both hardware and software, both hardware and operating system. Okay. Previous one, both hardware and operating system. This one, cross compiler. Please try to remember these things. See this, everyone. Next one. Sahana has 10,000 line of code. She is trying to debug it. She knows there is a logical error in the first 25 lines of the code. Which of the following will be an efficient way to debug it or something like that, right? Yeah. Efficient way of debugging. 22nd question, Sandhana. Okay, this one. Done, Sandhana? Got it, I hope. Next. People who are trying this, make it fast. Yeah. So Sahana has 10,000 lines of code. He's trying to write. Okay, see, we know that there is a logical error in the first 25 lines. For rectifying that error, do I need to run the whole program or complete the whole program? Is it necessary? No. If I use interpreter, I can run only the 25 lines individually, right? What is interpreter actually? Interpreter means something which executes line by line execution, right? Every line will be executed individually. So if I know that there is already in the first 25 lines, I'll run only them and rectify that. That's it, right? So I should apply or I should use interpreter on the first 25 lines, rectify them, then done. Right? No need to run or compile the whole code, not necessary. As we know, where is the error? If you don't know where is the error, then maybe we have to go for checking it line by line. Every line we have to check all the 10,000 lines we have to compile and run, or anyways, it works the same. But we know the error place. Okay. Next. This one, everyone. Okay. Here I want to let you know that can you tell me what is the difference between compile time error, logical error, syntax error? What are these three things? Compile time error, logical error, runtime error, syntax error. Four things I am taking. Compile time, logical, syntax, runtime. What are the differences between them? First thing, can you tell me what is compile time error actually? Compile time error means what? Any syntactical mistakes or any mistakes in the spelling mistakes or anything like that. If you are writing incorrectly or maybe semicolon mistakes, basically rules, syntactical rules, right? Keywords mistakes, yeah, meanings mistakes, names mistakes, these things are called as syntax errors or compile time errors. Both are same, right? Syntax errors, compile time errors. Can I consider both are same? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Cool. Super. Now let us talk about runtime errors. What is runtime error means? Program will run successfully for some inputs, but program will give error for some other inputs. And it is called as what? Runtime error. error I am talking about. Okay. It will not give the output. It will give error. Those are called as runtime errors. Yeah. Example, timeout, infinite loops, or divide by zero. These are called as runtime errors. Right? When I run the program, compilation is successful, but when I run the program, I'm not getting output. Okay. For whatever the input, I'm not getting the output. It's giving runtime error. That is runtime error. Now, here in this case, what is it? Okay. What is logical error? For some inputs, it will give correct answer. For some other input, it will give answer, but still wrong answer. It gives answer, but wrong answer. In that case, logical mistake. Very simple. Right? That is called logical error. Output will be given. Whatever it may be, you will get the output. That is called logical errors. If no output, program is terminated for some cases, runtime error. Okay. So that's the difference between compile time errors, logical errors, runtime errors. So remember that difference. So answer is logical error. Okay. Next, see this one. Read this. I'll show the next slide. If it's done reading, I'll show the next slide. Reshma is debugging a piece of code. It takes several iterations of modifying and executing code. Muhammad has to deliver a product to the customer. This customer will run multiple times. Okay. I hope it's clear till here. Okay. Reshma, just see that. What happened? Reshma wants her debug cycle to take minimum possible time, while Muhammad wants his product runtime is minimum. So what tool should Reshma use and what tool should Muhammad use respectively? What should they use? Reshma's target is debugging. Which one is good for debugging? Interpreter, because line by line we can debug. And which one is better for delivery, product delivery? We have to deliver something to the customer means that should be already compiled. There should not be any compilation errors. And it should directly, user should run it and check. That's it, right? User will not know what is compilation and all. And user don't know what is interpretation. He cannot run line by line. Right? He will run the whole program and he will check what is the whether the output is correct or wrong multiple times. That's it. So for Reshma, compiler is better. For Muhammad, interpreter, sorry, for Reshma, interpreter is better. For Muhammad, compiler is better. Because product delivery, compiler, debugging, interpreter. Okay. I hope everyone understood that. Okay. Going for the next one. Next. See this question, everyone. Did you get these kind of questions in the exam yesterday or day before yesterday? Compiler, interpreter, processors, these questions? No. Okay. Maybe you'll get today or tomorrow, I guess. Let's try. See this, remember important questions. These questions are repeated in DXC a lot of times. DXC questions. Compiler, are you sure? Check carefully. Gautam writes a program to run on a Motorola processor. Pentium, these are processors, dear. Type of processors. Right now we have Intel, AMD, right? Pentium, Motorola, their processors. Simple words I can tell is processors. Cannot get in more detail. Lot of things are there if I have to talk about them. But simple idea is that, okay, type of processor. That only we have to know. Actually, answer is simulator here. What is simulator? I think few people would know it. People who play games or maybe, do you know, have you ever used BlueStacks? Have you ever heard about BlueStacks? Anyone? Do you know BlueStacks? Few people would have heard about it. It was actually Android simulator, if you remember. In Windows, earlier, right now we have all these applications which we can run on the Windows also directly. Google Meet, Zoom, all these things we are directly able to install on Windows now. But earlier, we didn't have this Windows version of applications. We only had Android version of applications. So to install these kind of applications, we used to install BlueStacks. In BlueStacks, we used to install these apps. BlueStacks is a simulator actually. It's an Android simulator. Simulator means what? It simply which creates an environment to run. Okay. It creates another environment in our system. Like see, earlier we had this iOS simulators also. I don't know whether you have used it or not, but earlier we had in an Android mobile we can install iOS for iOS simulators. Earlier we had iOS simulators. Now we don't have anything like that. But yeah, earlier in back in 2011 or something like that, we have iOS simulators, Android simulators, all these things. Right. So it's like to create another environment in another architecture. In a Windows, I can create Android simulation. Okay, that is called a simulator. Okay, here also answer is actually simulator. Gautam writes a program. Yeah, dog box, something like that. Lot of things are there. Okay. Yes, that what does that create? BlueStacks create an Android environment to install Android applications, right? So it creates a that is called as a simulator, which is simulating an Android architecture. Okay. Yeah, like that. BlueStacks is one of the famous simulator which we had earlier. Like that only, anything, whichever we can run, wherever we can create another environment in another system, that is called as a simulator. So here, what is it? He wants to see the program, how will it execute on Motorola processor using Pentium machine. In a Pentium machine, I want to create an environment of Motorola processor. How can I do that? Only possibility is by installing a simulator of Motorola machine. Got it? If I have a simulator of Motorola processor, then I can install it on my Pentium machine and take it. That's it. I hope understood everyone. Okay, see this everyone. Okay, see this question everyone. These are series of questions. It's not one question. First slide will be fixed. The second slide will keep changing. Second part of the question will keep changing. I hope you understood this one. We are just taking two parameters y and z, incrementing y value by 1, z value by 1, and we are doing y minus z and returning it. Okay, next. Let's see here. We have a function calculate with a comma a and b. Then we are